So the top 10 anticipated games of 2022 panel. It will load. So I assume we've got some gamers in here. Any hardcore gamers? Yeah. What are like some of your favourite games to play? Shout out. Just shout out. Any. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. Any Nintendo DS players? Yeah, good. I'm glad it's still alive. Okay, so welcome to the panel. We're just going to be going through some different games. Again, as the previous panel, if any of you have like any questions, we'll try our best to answer them. Or if you just have any like comments, interesting facts and comments to make, just put your hand up or just please shout out. Also, here's my lovely friend George, who will also be helping me with this panel. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
I'll turn it up for you. I forgot to check at the last one. Now? Is that better?
Yeah.
That better? Great, awesome. Okay, so, any guesses? You can come in if you want, we just started, so you're welcome to come and sit down. Okay, has anyone got any guesses as to what might be up here?
I know at least 5 because I was watching.
Well, you can't say anything. Okay, let's just get started, let's get into it. Okay, so, any Zelda fans here? The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind 2. When the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind was first announced at E3 2019, it'd be no exaggeration to say that it set the gaming fandom ablaze in a good way. The initial trailer itself was enough to spark innumerable discussions, speculation and excitement surrounding what the game would entail. And it only got more extreme in the 2 years between E3 2019 and E3 2021. Naturally, this has only made Nintendo fans even more excited to see exactly what this game has in store, to the point where even the Game Awards couldn't ignore the hype, and not for a good reason. Breath of the Wild has only... Have I been saying Breath of the Wind all this time? I'm really sorry, my brain's just, that's so embarrassing. Okay, let's just pretend that all this time I've been saying Breath of the Wild and not Breath of the Wind. Please don't slap me, I'm so sorry. Breath of the Wild has only been out for 4 years and it's already cemented itself as a high, iconic piece of gaming history, selling nearly 24 million copies worldwide and counting and continuing to spark conversation, fan projects and videos to this day. And as a sequel to such a successful title and the first direct Zelda sequel in years, it's fair to say that the hype train won't slow down at any time soon for this game as it heads into the new year. Number 9, God of War Ragnarok. 2018's God of War was one of the most ambitious games of the year, and Santa Monica Studios' recently announced follow-up has only left behind a massive sea of expectations to live up to. The continuing adventure of the father-son story between Kratos and his son, Atreus, thank you, brings them into a new world, a new host of characters based on Norse mythology such as Thor and Odin. Following the climax of the 2018 God of War game, it seems that the story is heading towards the titular event of the apocalyptic event known as Ragnarok and follows the now teenaged Atreus as he journeys into the 9 realms to seek answers about his identity as Loki and a way to prevent his catastrophe. Oh, this is really good. With the revealed trailer of PlayStation's 2020 God of War Ragnarok's announcement has only kept fans of the 2018 masterpiece on the edge of their seats, especially after its recent days into 2020. With gameplay similar to the prequel and a host of Norse gods and monsters, mythical landscapes, and loot to discover and treasure, we can only hope that the arrival of God of War Ragnarok sometime 2022 will be long worth the wait. So, do people, whoever plays this, are they also knowledgeable about like mythology? And if so, do you think it's pretty like similar, or do they change it a little bit? Okay, I see. Yeah, just because obviously there are a lot of like adaptations of like Greek mythology and Norse mythology, and obviously, for example, Marvel, they like totally get it. Just take the names of the characters and then trash it, trash the rest of it. But yeah, I mean, but if you are interested in like, if you play these kind of games, I do recommend looking into like Norse mythology, like where it comes from, because it's crazy. It's so interesting. Okay, 8. Metal Slug Tactics. The 2021 Summer Game Fest perhaps set the stage for many of the most anticipated games of 2022, especially for consoles like the Nintendo Switch. One such announcement was the return of the classic Metal Slug series in a brand new roguelike adventure in the form of Metal Slug Tactics. Nintendo officially announced the latest installment of the Metal Slug franchise during its August Nintendo Indie World event, and the series' return is set to make a big impact on the fans of the series, new and old. While Metal Slug is more known for its run and gun shooting, this entry will transition to more turn-based tactical gameplay with a focus on approaching fights strategically and placing your troops on the tiles and positions to seize victory. It will also add roguelike elements to help keep each run fresh and new. Still, longtime fans of the series might appreciate the retention of elements like a classic pixel art style, as well as the welcome return of characters like Marco, Tama, Theo, and Eri. Oh, and let's not forget the explosions. It wouldn't be Metal Slug game without lots of those. I've never played this game. Anyone here? Is it good? It's good. Is it one of the better ones, do you think, or is it just kind of a fun play? Yeah, I see. Okay, is it last one and then you wanna? Cool. Okay, so for the Sonic fans, we have Sonic Frontiers. It's one heck of a time to be a Sonic fan. The first official reveal of developer Sonic Team's upcoming next installment in the legendary Saga franchise has only been met with nothing but hype, and it's no wonder why. Following the release of Sonic Forces, fans of the now 30-year-old series have been hoping to see how the next mainline Sonic game would continue to push the boundaries of the franchise further, and what the Bluebird Blur's next adventure would entail. And with the new trailer for the 2021 Game Awards, the expectations for Sonic Frontiers have only been set to the max. Development by Sega's Sonic Team Japan and led by producer Sachiko Kawamura and director Morio Kishimoto, Sonic Frontiers is an open zone inspired experience that will feature an original storyline for Sonic Boom writer Ian Flynn and a vast landscape for players to explore. Sonic Frontiers is a huge leap forward for the franchise, developing an evolved gameplay experience that can be enjoyed for long-term Sonic fans and action-adventure enthusiasts alike. Takashi Lizuka, the creative officer at Sonic Team USA, said this in a press release. Originally announced in May as part of the Sonic Central livestream to celebrate the franchise's 30th anniversary, Sonic Frontiers is due to finally arrive on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, sometime in 2022. And we may already have an idea of when that may be. Sonic fans? Oh, I thought you were saying more. Did anyone see the Sonic movie?
Oh yeah.
How was it? Is it good?
It is good. Yeah, it's a good sequel.
It's alright. Is it worth? I've heard such mixed things about it.
Yeah, some people liked it, some people don't. The original design.
For video game films, it's pretty good. Good.
Yeah.
But in comparison to what we used to get with like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's the best part.
What about, okay, talking about, just going off track real quick. Have you guys seen Arcane?
Yeah.
Oh my god, watch seriously, like, okay, so League of Legends, a lot of you have probably heard of that. You see Jinx cosplays everywhere, literally everywhere. So it was originally like a online gameplay, and it's been adapted on Netflix into a series. It's fantastic. I highly recommend watching it. Okay, so I will now be passing it on to George, who will continue the presentation.
Hi, I'm George and from Hong Kong last month. So I'm really bad at English, I'm so sorry. So if any words are wrong, just shout out how that's pronounced and all of you guys are going to be my teacher. Is that alright? Please cheers me in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. So now for the 6th, the Splatoon 3, is it? Splatoon 3. And it's time to return to Splatland with some surprise announcement of the next installment in the Splatoon franchise. At last year, February, Nintendo Direct already set it up as one of the most anticipated games of the holiday and cemented that 2020 is going to be the year of the Switch. The highly anticipated and still the best-selling Splatoon 2 has been shown in the rumors and speculations and leaks for years leading up for reveal. But those days are finally over, and the time has came for the fans to grab their ink guns and dominate the turf war in the whole new world. The deep in the scorched desert, battle-hardened Inklings and Octolings leave their lives in Splatsil, the city of chaos, where even in this desolate environment, turf war regions supreme. But there are some new and old players in town and new ways to cover even more ground and selling some inks. Join Agent 3 in the new battle against the evil Octurne army while discovering the secret of Alterna, the fuzzy oath, and how the truth behind the return of mammalians. I really don't know how that word pronounced.
I would say
Mammalians. The Splatoon 3 arrives on Nintendo Switch in 2022. And for the Gotham Knight, so Batman is dead, and with his death, remnantly of Gotham cities has awakened like a beast from slumber. But it's about time to put the beast back to the sleep. So it's up to the Batman family, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin to protect Gotham in the Dark Knight place, and this all-new open-world RPG that breathes new lives into these iconic comic books legends. Bring hopes back to the citizens of Gotham and and solve the mystery that contacts the darkness chapters, the city's history, and defends the notorious villains who continues to threaten the peace has become the new Dark Knight. Gotham Knight is set to arrive sometimes in 2022 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and the Series X, Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. And for the 4th, Final Fantasy 16. So Final Fantasy has changed a lot over the past 34 years and become the divisive franchise among the fan base, trying to get a consensus about which the best Final Fantasy is impossible, and there's a few entires that are flat, are reviewed by some fans while called brilliant by others. But regardless of when people was introduced to Final Fantasy or what their favorite entire is, there's something exciting about the announcement of the new Final Fantasy game. The Final Fantasy 16 continues to get the gameplay in the more action-oriented direction away from the original turn-based combat. So will Final Fantasy 16 be the next great entry in the Final Fantasy library, or will it be an utter disappointment? Probably both, depending on which random Final Fantasy fans are questioned. But from what has been shown in the trailers, this is one of our most anticipated titles for 2022. So for the free Suicide Squad, the Kill the Justice League, Enemy League. After creating the best trilogy of the superhero games to date, Rocksteady, not Rockstar, was sure to have its share of fans for whatever they decide to work on next as they moved on from the hated Crusader. And Crusader. So it took the better part of 5 years before it becomes clear what their next project was. But 2021 provides the eager players with the fresh looks at the story and gameplay of Rocksteady's take on the Suicide Squad. So with Brainiac seemingly commandeering the minds of the powerful members of Justice League, the fate of Metropolis and potentially the world resides squarely on the morally questionable shoulders of the Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark. So featuring the co-combat that looks fast and fluid while taking advantage of each character's unique abilities and weapons, and a humorous narrative that allows Rocksteady to flex their storytelling capabilities across the large portion of the DC universe. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League could easily prove the sleeper hit of 2022. What? That was a tongue twister. So too, anyone knows how to pronounce it? Digimon survive. And what is she non desu ka? I don't know. And no one knows about it. Japanese word. Wakarimashita? No. Digimon Survivor Book is a visual novel video games that also elements a tactical strategy survival role-playing games. And this is developed by Hype, having been originally developed for 4 years by Witchcraft, and will be published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, and it will release in Japan on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 on July 28th. The localized version will be released on the two platforms as well as on Windows and Xbox One, and are scheduled to release on July 29. The last one, Sonic Origins. I played too much on biology, I'm sorry. So Sonic Origins. So get ready to experience the classic Sonic the Hedgehog games like never before. Sonic Origins is an all-new multi-games collection reintroducing in favorite 2D Sonic titles that were originally released on Sega Genesis and Mega Drive platforms. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3, and the Knuckles and Sonic CD, digitally remastered for current generation platform, developed by Sega. Sonic Origins?
Yeah.
Origins delivers the legendary non-stop Sonic action found in the original games, while providing the fresh twist with remastered visual as featured and new content and module and more. Thank you so much. So one more. So anyone play just for me? Anyone play Death Stranding? Knows about it? Death Stranding. Death Stranding. Okay. So do you guys know the main character? Do you know the actor of his name? Norman Reedus. And this day, I just know yesterday, Norman Reedus is taking an interview, and someone is asking him, how do you feel? How do you feel the games? And the Norman Reedus says, well, we just started the 2. So the 2 is maybe linked to happening in the future, and I'm really expecting the Death Stranding 2 and how the plot is going. And thank you so much. That's my presentation.